Will you please get a plate down over there for Drew?
Real plate or plastic?
Real plate's good. We'll a little fancy today. Okay. I'm Drew's mom, Jan. Hello, everybody. To become a mother, well, first off, it was a total shocker, okay? Because I was the last person on earth who wanted kids. When Elizabeth was born, I felt like, okay, my life has come full circle. I've completed what I'm supposed to do.
When I was growing up, I wanted to be rich and famous. I think I was 4 when I started dance. My mom introduced me to the Rockettes, and I got to be able to do the kicks. But I'm too short. So I was like, no thanks.
Then my son came along, Drew, and that was it. I mean, it was like, okay, we're done now. You know, you have this cute little bundle of joy right here, and when they cry, you can't give them back. But, you know, that's your whole world. My mother always told me that I'll always be her baby. It doesn't matter if I'm 60 and she's 90. I will always be her baby. My mother's name was Phyllis. She was a Michigander, very prim and proper woman. And she had me, who was the tomboy, okay? My mom was a good mother, and I emulated myself after her when it comes to raising my kids. I took care of my mother and my aunt, Bobby. That was my mother's youngest sister. They lived with me. They just started getting slower moving around. Mom had to start walking with a walker, you know, and a little bit of help here and there. And we had to put in a walk-in bathtub. That was the greatest thing. These women who would take a 10-minute bath were now in there an hour and 10 minutes. It's like, are you still alive? Oh, yes, just leave me alone. My feet are against the jacuzzis. And then unfortunately, Aunt Bobby came down with dementia. She was always in my life. So when Aunt Bobby died, it was like a part of me, you know, went too, you know. And I often think that, you know, there's things I could have done better. That's the guilt that gets you sometimes, is that. But that's being human. So I've learned to accept that that's just human nature to feel that way when you can't help somebody that you love. And it's like beyond your realm of capabilities. After we lost Aunt Bobby, we ended up moving to Florida.
I offered to come help Mama take care of Grandma so that Mama could have a job, be able to afford bills a lot easier.
So Elizabeth took care of her at night, and I took care of her in the day.
From Hollywood, we bring you the Lawrence Welk Show.
She really loved the Lawrence Welk Show. It always took her back to her younger days.
My mom's relationship with Lawrence Welk Show goes back to probably when he first started, because she grew up in the Depression era. It just always made her smile. And I just think it was just her remembering happier times.
She would act like she was the maestro of the orchestra.
One day in June, she fell down on both of her legs. I literally had to pull her into the house, called 911, and they came and got her. And she had broken both her legs. Because of her age, her bones were so brittle, they really couldn't even do surgery. We kept her put in braces, but at 95 years old, there really wasn't much more we could do. So we had to get a hospital bed at the house for her.
Caregiving took a while to get into a groove. The leg braces were causing sores on her legs, which just caused her more pain. I had to cleanse the wounds. I had to cut out the dead tissue. I had to pack it with clean gauze.
My mother never really cussed much, but I remember this one day, I was changing her wounds and stuff, and I remember her saying, "This shit sucks." This is what the worst part about growing old is that sometimes you can no longer take care of yourself, and you have to rely on somebody. Elizabeth living with us was a very, very big help. Very big help.
I was also managing all of Grandma's medications, looking at side effects. I found like a massive drug interaction between 2 of her cardiovascular medications. The pharmacy didn't catch it. Doctors were not communicating with each other. That moment taught me the importance of looking at your own vitals, being able to understand them. By that point, I had already been considering pharmacy school. I just felt like that was the universe telling me, this is what you need to do. I graduated pharmacy school this year. And I'm a doctor of pharmacy.
The responsibility of it falls on the women in the family.
I wouldn't say that I had feelings of resentment towards you, but I did notice a pattern within the family.
It's just a thing that I know from the South. It's a woman's job. It's just expected of you.
Just because we're good at it doesn't mean we're the only ones that can or should be doing it. When Mama gets old, I'm just going to ship her off to you, and she'll be your problem.
Let's shake on it.
Okay.
It's the hardest thing you'll ever do in your entire life, to care for an elderly parent. I know I did the best that I could. That I've accepted. I think it's a blessing in a way that I got the opportunity to take care of her at the end of her life.
It's a video.
Hello.
We're just walking.
When I first learned that you wanted to make a movie, I just didn't know if there'd be anybody out there who would want to listen to a story like this, to be honest with you. And I thought to myself, I just don't want him to be disappointed. I want him to be successful.
There needs to be a societal shift in the way people approach end-of-life care. It's so immensely important that we fund projects like this, because that's how we are able to alter and improve people's perspectives, especially on difficult topics like caregiving and death. And I think that's why this film in particular needs to be supported.
If you know my son, you know when I say he's always had a tender heart. A film like this needs to be made by someone who understands how important it is that everybody feels safe, secured, and loved. And I love my son tremendously. Thank you all so much.
I love you.
I love you too, Drew.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, son. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
We're matching.
Oh, we are matchy matchy.